Hello everyone, it's Patricia. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my Scentsy empties for the month of October. So I have my little bin. It's got some stuff in it. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I would love for you to subscribe. What I like to do is I like to organize my items. First I go over the wax scents that are currently available, and that includes scents of the month. Then I do retired, then bring back my bar, and then I do other Scentsy items. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. The first one I'm going to talk to you about is Cranberry Garland. Now, Cranberry Garland is one of the ones that I warmed in Tester Tuesday. And this month, that seems to be the theme. I seem to warm a lot of things in bar form that I warmed in Tester Tuesday, and some of it was just a coincidence. But the scent notes on Cranberry Garland are basically cranberry, sage, and pine. This was, it's a big favorite for a lot of people. It did not perform the greatest in my big area. I would suggest a medium area for this one, or slightly smaller. So if you have an open concept space, maybe not a great choice for it, but it's not too bad. Cranberry Garland, currently available. I went away this month and my mom is kind of a plainer person, so I put in the very popular Black Raspberry Vanilla. So Black Raspberry Vanilla is basically sun-sweetened dark berries and vanilla. And this one lasted all week when I was gone. I was gone almost a whole week. I came back, I could still smell it. Now I'm not sure how long they had the warmers on, but these warmers are usually left on at least 12 hours each night. So great performer, Black Raspberry Vanilla. Most people know that one. If you've not tried it, I suggest you give it a try. I went through a bar of Eskimo Kiss, which is in the older packaging. Eskimo Kiss is in the current catalog, and it is kind of like a wintry scent, but you could warm this anytime. Blackberry jam, caramelized brown sugar, vanilla, and amber. Now, the amber, I think, is what combined with the, you can't really say, oh, I can smell blackberries. But basically, I find all those things combined, and there is a powdery tone to this. So if you do not like powdery tones, you might want to stay away from Eskimo Kiss. But this is a super popular scent, and it lasts and lasts and lasts. And it was also in my Tester Tuesday. It would definitely be a repurchase for me, and I would suggest this to people because it is a great performer. Okay, a very strong scent. Very strong. It's a fall scent, and it is apple and cinnamon sticks. Now, this is actually, I think last week it was in the top 10 list of things that were on, I usually get a top 10 list from my director, and she knows I like them, and this was in the middle of that list. It's very strong. It's basically apple peel, spiced white pumpkin, and oak. And I think it's the white pumpkin. It's a little different. It gives it, it doesn't say anything about pumpkin on the scent description, but you can definitely smell like that note is definitely apparent, and I can definitely smell oak. So not your typical apple and cinnamon sticks, a very different twist on it. Very strong. As it warms, it kind of gets a little bit of like a, I don't want to say masculine tone, but kind of like a, and I hate saying the word cologne tone because I find people say cologne, it kind of just groups everything together, but sometimes it's just hard to describe. But I think it's that spiced white pumpkin that's doing it. It's not my favorite scent, but I put it in when I was away for my family. When I came back, I just want to say, when I came back, I got out of the car. They had the door open, and I was like 5 feet away from the house, and I could smell, in my entranceway, I had Hemingway going. I could smell it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so strong. That was a bring back my bar. And then also apple and cinnamon sticks. I think what they forgot to put the warmers on most of the time I was gone, and then they just put every warmer on when I came home just to, try to impress me. But it was strong. Okay. Another one that's currently available is Hug in a Mug. Now, Hug in a Mug is a really nice scent. It's chocolate, hazelnut. I think it's got cookie dough. Man, I put this in, and my daughter and I loved it. And my husband came home and he had been drinking. Oh gosh, my poor husband. Anybody who follows me on Instagram, you may have seen that post where he bought 22 boxes of chocolate covered almond because he was a little bit tipsy and someone was doing a fundraiser and he bought all 22 boxes. But anyway, I thought, well, you know, chocolate covered almonds, he'll love hugging a mug. He came home and he goes, I don't know what this is, but I don't like it. But I think, I don't know. Anyway, I love it. My daughter loves it. And that's all that matters. Okay, the next one I went through, and I think this might be it for current scents mostly. I do have a little, yeah. Autumn Sunset, which was also in Tester Tuesday. So this is apples, pumpkin, fall leaves, and spices. It is a top 10 fragrance. This is very, very heavy on the hot cinnamon type. Yes, it's a sharp, deep, dark cinnamon. Very, very potpourri style cinnamon. If you are more of a bakery style cinnamon or you do not like cinnamon, I would maybe steer clear. But this does really, really well because it basically screams fall. It's that craft store type of scent. All right, Autumn Sunset. Now let's go on to my little tester that I used. This came in the whiff box. Now this, I weighed it. I think it was 22 grams, which is roughly 2.5 cubes of wax. Now, I know that Scentsy, I don't know if anybody in Scentsy land ever watches YouTube videos, but if they did, I would love, like they had a seal, but I would love for them to get like just a lid. Because a lot of people don't want to warm. What if you send a whiff box to someone that has all mini warmers? They're not going to want to put 2.5 cubes worth in one mini warmer. It's kind of a lot. It'll overflow. So they'd have to cut it in half and then just leave it. It would be nice to have it resealed. But anyway, let's go on to blueberry pancakes. Blueberry pancakes is like blueberry, maple, you know, pancakes. I think it's got butter. This reminds me of a heavy blueberry, deep, rich blueberry, not a lot of sweetness. Can't get too much of the pancake. I get like a brown butter scent undertone there, and that gives it that rich, and I get a little bit of the maple, and it's, well, I shouldn't say a little bit, I get a lot, and it's almost like that dark style maple. So it's a very rich, heavy scent. It's either, I find people either love this or hate it. And again, I'm in the middle. I don't really dislike it, but I have another bar, and maybe someone will, maybe I'll sample it. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it, but maybe I'll warm it for my family and see what they think. Okay, scents of the month. Currently, when I'm filming this, we're in October, so let's talk about Butter Pecan. Butter Pecan, candied pecan, maple, and butter. And with a very heavy vanilla undertone. This is doing really well. People are liking it. It's strong, but for me, it's not terribly long-lasting. Like that intensity that it has, it maybe lasts like a day, and then if you keep it in, it's kind of like a very, very low tone, more of like a nutty tone. But yeah, Butter Pecan doing very well. Strong. Okay, another strong one. This is November scent of the month, and it's Be Merry. So I made some samples. Actually, I did a little video just in case it. And I must say, whatever way you make samples, if you are a consultant and you're watching this, there are so many ways. Everyone gets really, really devoted to their way. But sometimes it's good to try other ways. I've tried many different ways, and you're going to settle on which one you like the best. So anyway, you can check out that video if you'd like. But Be Merry, it's a red wax. It is a combination of pine, holly, and cassis. And cassis is like a black currant liqueur, and I think it has like raspberry influence, but it basically smells a lot like cranberry. So if you like cranberry and you like pine and you like holly, you're gonna love this. It's like Christmas in wax, and it's a beautiful packaging. Scent of the month sticker. Yeah, I would pick up a bar of this and definitely warm it and see what you think. Strong. It's strong. If you like strong scents, you're gonna love it. Okay, let's talk about older fragrances. So these ones are no longer available, but you always want to hear about them because you might be at an event, there might be a bar there, or you might want to know for future Bring Back My Bars. So in Tester Tuesday, ironically, right before I did the drawing for what votes, I finished up a bar of Cashmere Pear. Now Cashmere Pear, it's got amber, it's got vanilla, what else? red ginger. Red ginger, it gives that a little bit of a twist of something something. But this one here, I think it's probably a love it or hate it scent. Very, like, almost like sensual perfume. Probably a best for a bedroom. Because it was a little bit harder to smell. But I shouldn't say that. I think that in a big area it might get lost. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of Egyptian cotton from Sensationals. Just a little bit. Okay, another one I went through was Crisp Orchard Air. This one was sweaty. Now the scent notes on this are quince jam, green apple, and sandalwood. This is like a soft, like you can, that sandalwood gives it a little bit of a, like a gentle perfume tone, very, very underlying tone, like the wood is nice. But I can smell that sweetness of the quince jam, and I don't know if I can smell green apple. I don't know. This one wasn't very strong. I put it in my open concept space. It wasn't strong enough. It couldn't handle it in there, so I tried it in smaller rooms. It did a little bit better. I think I might have one other one of this. I'm not sure. Probably wouldn't repurchase it, but I'm definitely glad I tried it. Okay, my husband hates grapefruit scents. He went away, so I finished up a sweaty bar of Citrus Gardens. Some of these Citrus Gardens I have, my sponsor gave me 3 bars, I think, because she knew I liked grapefruit. And they're all of her bars are sweaty, but all mine are fine, so I don't really know what's going on there. This is crisp lime, Meyer lemon, and a pinch of garden thyme. So no mention of grapefruit, but basically it's grapefruit. Very strong, intense. If you like grapefruit, you want to search some of that out. Now, I don't know how to say this. HABANA VIEJA? Sorry if I'm, killed that one, but this one was in La Habana collection, and I picked it up. It was in a D-stash. It was a full bar. Okay, basically it says, step inside. I'm going to read you the scent description. Step inside history and take a stroll through bustling streets, redolent with tobacco flower, amber, and vanilla. So yes, it definitely can smell a lot of tobacco flower, not a lot of vanilla, and I smell the amber. The more I warmed this, it basically reminds me of like, you were like in Cuba and like a little, I don't know. I never went anywhere in Cuba, but except for the resort. But if I did, I would think like you'd be in like a little cigar back, store playing poker, and this would be the smell that you could smell. Anyway, it wasn't my favorite. The more I warmed it, the more I disliked it, but I'm glad I tried it. Okay, lavender and white balsam. This recently came up in the flash sale. So this was available last winter, but it did not come back. It's lavender, white balsam, and amber. Now, a lot of people have been talking about lemon lavender and how it makes their house smell clean and fresh. To me, this is like the winter version of lemon lavender. Because when you put this in your house is going to smell clean and fresh, but not like cleaner type fresh, not like that. But just like a nice breath of fresh air, like, and I don't even like lavender, so I really like this one. I think I have picked up a couple bars in the flash sale, and I've been filming my flash sale hauls, but waiting on another order, and when I get that second order, I'm going to merge them together and put a video up. Okay, we're on to bring back my bars. Okay, Lotus Cove. It is sea air, earthy lavender, water flowers, and rustic driftwood. Yeah, I mean, this is a good, like, bathroom scent. It's like a fresh, clean scent. Salty sea air, that kind of scent. Cherry clove chutney. Let's leave that one to the end. Okay, let's talk about wild black cherry. Okay, this is black cherry, basically sweet and tart type thing. Ooh, and it is strong. It is a bring back my bar. My daughter loves this, and I was voting a little bit for it and bring back my bar, and then I kind of lost interest. But we still have 1 bar left. But I did pick up a sugared cherry, so I'm hoping sugared cherry, and she's 13, so she'll get over it if she doesn't have any more. But yeah, I mean, she loves this. So if I order it again, it'll definitely be for her. And this one is I really, really like, Silhouette. It's heliotrope, Orange Blossoms, Lavender, and Patchouli. And again with the lavender. But this is like a complex, sexy, like sophisticated sexy scent. Silhouette. Definitely, you know, that mysterious silhouette that you can see in the darkness. And that smell that would come with that person. Hello. Yeah, that's nice. It's nice. I really, really like that a lot more than I thought I would. Now this was part of my, I called it my new, what is, in soap operas they have like super couples, you know, like they put two people together or the fans kind of like two people together and then everybody loves them. But I decided to warm this with apple butter frosting because, what's that one, the new one called? Apple Cherry Strudel. I was kind of wanting to see how this would do with apple butter frosting. And man, oh man, I was in love. Hello, if you have any of that cherry clove chutney, try mixing it with apple butter frosting and see what you think. And please let me know what you thought of the mix. But I really, really loved it. Okay, so these are all the testers I went through. There's a lot. What I'm going to do is kind of do a gentle pause out of the video, and I'm just going to grab the testers that I did not talk about already, and I will let you know what I think. Okay, I'm back. And I did forget, I did notice I went through a Be Merry sample as well. Okay, so I talked about most of the testers, like I said. Whoa, this is very full, and I actually have a few that just fell out. But I'm going to talk very briefly about the other scents that I went through. We talked about Very Merry Cranberry, which was a very sweet cranberry scent, very light on the cedar, I think, or whatever else was in it. But it did perform well in my home. Reminds me a little bit of the berry part of Be Merry. Cedar Cider. Now, if you did not see the Tester Tuesday about Cedar Cider, I'm just going to say, I'm going to sum up Cedar Cider by saying this. There's been only one scent in the history of my family that everybody commented individually that they loved. That was Cedar Cider. So if you have not tried Cedar Cider, it's one of those dark horse scents. It is very sophisticated. I'd say if companies coming over, put Cedar Cider in because you want to impress them. But yeah, and it does well in my open concept space. The testers this time didn't do as well as the bar that I had last year, but anyway, I highly suggest trying Cedar Cider. It's my family, the only one my family all liked, and basically I didn't say, what do you think of the scent? They came to me and said, whatever it is you're warming, I love it. All of them. So anyway, let's move on. Whipped Vanilla Pear. That was a really, really nice vanilla with some pear and a nice fresh scent. Made me feel happy. I did have to use slightly more wax than I'd normally use. Blueberry Rush was not my favorite, and I know Blueberry Rush is a huge fan favorite, so please don't hate me for saying that, but it's coming back in the Bring Back My Bar, and it definitely was a great performer. So if you love blueberry and you love Blueberry Rush, you can definitely get excited for January because it's coming back. Also coming back, and coming up in Tester Tuesday, depending on when I post this video, Beach and Shaka. I mixed these together, and you can check out that video. But basically, Beach is a really nice tropical fruity scent. It's got papaya, honeydew, and coconut. And Shaka's got, is it sandalwood? What else is it? Bergamot and lime. Anyway, put them together, and it definitely was memorable, and that's all I'm going to say. Okay, now let's go through the other things. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Counter Clean. This is in the scent Just Breathe, which I really, really liked in Counter Clean. Oh man, this is a nice scent. So Counter Clean is not just for counters. This stuff works terrific, and I think I've mentioned before that I use it, I spray it on things like my son has a wheelchair and he has like fabric straps and fabric seat. I spray that on it, clean the straps. It looks brand new. Like, it's amazing. If I don't use this, I haven't tried another product, but I just use this. It works well. And sometimes if there's a little stain on something, you could try it first, like test spot it first, because I've never had any problems myself, but not, it does, I would say it works well on everything except for glass. But if you are going to try one Scentsy product and kind of branch out from wax and warmers, I would suggest giving this a try and see what you think. There's so many scents you can choose from. I finished up a shampoo, shave, and shower bar Actually, this was my husband's. I finished up mine last month, so maybe I wash more often than he does. It was good. They're very big. We went through 2 car bars. He had coconut lemongrass, and this is not a favorite of mine. I'm not a big, huge fan of coconut lemongrass, and I use sweet cucumber. I can definitely still smell the scent in this, but it doesn't kind of spread through the car very well. So I think that's the problem. Like it doesn't throw. I don't like it. It still smells kind of strong here, but you can't really smell it in the car. We used up 2 scent packs this month. This one is in Cherished, I believe. And this one is in Apple Crush. Yeah, Cherished. This was a bit too perfumey for me. You know, I got it because it was on a good deal, but yeah, I probably wouldn't pick that one up again. And Apple Crush was in my daughter's skating bag. Doesn't smell very good anymore. It's probably like Stinky Feet plus Apple Crush. But anyway, yeah, we just put Southern Sweet Tea in her skating bag. I used up for the Scentsy Go. If you're not familiar with the Scentsy Go, it is a portable scent delivery system. You put 1 or 2 pods in, it has a fan, the fan releases a scent. You can purchase one with a light or one without a light. I brought this on my trip and my sister absolutely loved the Scentsy Go. She said, whatever that contraption thing is, I love it. And I was talking to her a bit about it, and we had Honeymoon Hideaway going, and then later I changed it to Pink Haze. And she loved the light, because I said it comes without a light. She goes, no, I love the light. Anyway, so, but earlier this month I used up a Sun-Kissed Citrus. And I had this one going at work on a day that my the owner of the office wasn't there, and I put it in my office, because I share an office with him, and he doesn't like any scents at all. But I had that going, and everybody in the office loved it. They were like, oh, you should leave all the doors open. I said, well, I didn't want to, you know, offend anyone. They're like, no, we love it. They loved Sun-Kissed Citrus. So, okay, I used up 2 washer whiffs. I wasn't crazy about the French Lavender and Jammy Time. Now, Jammy Time actually has lavender in it. But this is really nice. I really, really like this. I put a coat on my son last night, and I have to lift him in and out of the car. I kind of lift him like a sack of potatoes. Anyway, I'm bringing him into the house, and I'm like, what's that beautiful smell? It was his coat. It was washed in Jammy Time. So, yeah, you can definitely smell things. The French Lavender. The funny thing was my husband was putting the clothes from the washer into the dryer, and he goes, I smell marijuana. Do you smell marijuana? And I said, no, but I think it was the French Lavender. Anyway. And for those of you who are not Canadian, marijuana is now legalized in Canada as of a couple weeks ago. So anyway, when I was in Vegas, that's all I could smell. There was a Mickey and Minnie giant people walking around, and all you could smell was marijuana. And I said, something is wrong with this picture. And I used up a bulb. I've been going through bulbs like crazy. I think it's because all my warmers kind of started around the same time, and they're slowly burning out. Anyway, thanks for spending, I don't even know how long it was, probably like 22, 23 minutes with me. Basically, if you're new, I'd love to have you subscribe, and you can like the video if you found any part of it useful. The other thing coming up, and I'm really, really excited about this, I'm going to start filming in a couple of days. I'm going to basically film every warmer in my home, and I'm going to test the temperature with my husband's infrared thermometer. So basically, we're going to see how hot some of the warmers get, and I'll actually do vendor wax warmers as well, just in case, so we can compare. Anyway, I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.